Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you're doing well there. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. Hit that like button. You guys know the deal. Appreciate you stopping by. Miami Dolphins today. Yeah. You know, just... You just wonder why you can't have nice things. You know what I mean, dude? You just wonder why the Dolphins can't have nice things. Today, it was reported that Austin Jackson, according to Cam Wolfe of the NFL Network, that Austin Jackson is going to be out for weeks with a lower extremity injury. Mike McDaniel will speak on the next time the Dolphins practice. But he missed Saturday's practice. Dolphins right tackle, former first-round pick. And yeah, you know, like it's a complete downer to get that type of news. Now, the hope is that he'll be ready to go by week 1. That is the hope that the Dolphins are getting out there. That they hope Austin Jackson is going to go out there and be ready for week 1. But you can't sit here and feel great about it that he is... You know, that he is definitely going to be out there. They said that Kader Kohu a couple of last week, you know, Mike was like, no, season ending, dude, it's going to be all right, baby. So I don't feel great about this. You know, the Miami Dolphins are in a position right now where I think they were probably looking at that offensive line and they were like, dude, pencil Austin Jackson in, let's go. Maybe even put it in pen that, you know, we know who our right tackle is going to be. And the other thing that's a huge downer about this is that supposedly Patrick Paul has been killing it in camp. And the Miami Dolphins, their second-round pick from last year, he's a giant. That he's gone out there and he's absolutely mauled people left and right. They got Aaron Brewer back today for practice on a limited basis, but they got him back. And so you're like, oh, it's starting to come together. This is gonna be good things, all good things. And then the Miami Dolphins are actually. Could we actually hope? Could you let yourself hope for a second that things are gonna be great? No. Why would you be so stupid as to think that? You were stupid to think that, because anytime you let your guard down a little bit, here comes an injury haymaker to just put you on the canvas. And this is the news that the Dolphins get. And he missed, 11 games last year. He missed, 15 a couple of years ago. So, he's a little bit like, I talked about this the other day with the receiving core, right? Where Jaylen Waddle gets to kind of skate a little bit because all of the criticism and all of the critiques are really going to go towards Tua and Tyreek Hill, and he's the third guy. And it's a little bit like that with Austin Jackson as well. Whereas today we got another squeaky cheek scare because Jaylen Phillips scared everybody to death getting hurt in practice. He then had to tweet out, "It's all good, baby. It's all good. Just got leg whipped. I'm going to be all right. Just a little bruise." But everybody was terrified. You're holding your breath because, quite frankly, this has already been just a horrendous camp with the secondary injuries. It's not even just that you're getting injured. You're getting injured at the place you could least afford to get injuries. And the first place was the secondary, and the second one was the offensive line. And, I just can't get out here and be like, great, Larry Borum or Jackson Carman, because that went great. Keon Smith or Ryan Hayes or whoever is going to be out here trying to get things going. Jalen McKenzie, could they move Brunskill over? Eichenberg? Am I sitting here really pining for Eichenberg to come back? I can't live a life like that, dude. You can't either. We can't sit here in a place in good faith thinking I need Liam Eichenberg to come back to make it okay. Do you know how sick that is? And so Austin Jackson is a little bit like the third wheel on Mr. Injury, where it's like, yeah, always going to be Tua, and it's going to be Jaylen Phillips. But Austin Jackson sneakily unavailable for the Dolphins, and, he was talking last week about, yeah, it kind of feels good. It was a little bit of a weird reaction, but I appreciated the honesty where it's like, yeah, it kind of feels good. The run game sucked without me. And it's like, yeah, but now I'm sitting here hopeful that the Miami Dolphins at least could fortify themselves with a starting offensive line that was already built on something flimsy, because I needed to know if Patrick Paul was going to be good. Maybe that seems like a check. Don't know it, but seems like it. Let's just chalk it up as yes. Needed Jonas Savaiinaia to be able to contribute right away. Okay, think maybe that's going to work. We're going to say that's going to happen. Then you have Aaron Brewer coming in year 2 with the Dolphins system. Okay, he's been banged up. We don't really know. But, we do know that he should be back and that it'll be all right and that we could be in a place where we're like, all right, we won't worry too much. He's going to be back out there. Then you got James Daniels, who's like, yeah, I'm going to be full go really soon. But he is coming off an Achilles tear. So, I don't know, what do they do here? And look, I guess in the absence of Aaron Brewer, Andrew Myers looked okay, pretty good. But I don't know, man. There's no way you cannot be a little depressed by this, especially because you wanted that line to get a little bit of work together. We're going to go into these games, and let's not forget the Miami Dolphins also lost Baron Matos, who had to be airlifted. So that behemoth, who was, maybe he could have stepped in on year 2 and he would have been able to prove himself. Nope, probably not. So it's been a really rough camp so far, man. It's been a really rough camp to deal with this, but this one is particularly brutal. That we're in a position where, you just love to get them out there just because you just want to see this line have some, cohesion together. I mean, what did everybody do to deserve this shit, man? What are we doing out here? That we have to keep sweating things like this every single year. Teron Armstead, can you put the podcast equipment again away, dude? Can you, I don't know, sign something? Something? We're really going to be in a spot where we got to sweat this out all camp, because now this is what it becomes. This becomes camp anxiety for the rest of the way. Whatever happens, whoever performs well, cool. But if you don't have an offensive line that can do anything, and this is protected to his blind side, that's the other thing. This is not your run-of-the-mill right tackle. This is the guy who protects to his blind side. Man, just a complete kick in the junk, and it just feels like every day in camp something new happens. What is the point of this camp? Every day it seems like something goes down. Every day there's something with Kohu and Artie Burns and Jaylen Phillips and Austin Jackson. Every day something seems to come up here. But now it's like, if you allow yourself to hope for a second that things are going to work out with that offensive line, you're a fool. Because I was minding my own business. I was just like, sitting here like, maybe the offensive line will be okay. Just thinking to myself, didn't say it out loud to anybody. That would be silly. This happens. Drops in your lap. Enjoy that. Just. Also, Cam Smith missed practice today too. Not that anybody was counting on him to help in the cornerback battle. That feels like a lost cause at this point too. That it's like, oh yeah. How's Cam Smith doing? Don't ask. Won't tell. Won't disappoint you. Won't make it a thing. But to get this already, you got yourself a hope. Multiple weeks in a hope. Hope that he's ready. Yeah, all right. I usually will take hope that he's ready, and I'll punt that down to maybe he'll be ready for the Bills game. Hopefully, maybe we'll get something super positive from McDaniel. But the air of mystery that lingers over all of this does not make you feel great. It doesn't make you feel great. You can't sit here and fake it, because if anything, the Dolphins not making any big splashes, fine. But you didn't have to deal with the Teron Armstead thing. And you were like, all right, that's gone now. No, don't have that as a headache. But now Austin Jackson's going to have his own durability issues. It's a nightmare, dude. It's a nightmare. Every injury that has come forth for the Miami Dolphins, it hasn't been in a position. What's next? Like one of the defensive linemen going to get hurt? It's been brutal. It's been absolutely brutal. You got these joint practices coming up this week. Hopeful that you could get some good work in together as an offensive line. Nah, you won't. Sorry. Awesome. Why even try and put yourself in the position where you think you can get nice things when you can't have nice things? Brutal, man.